because you're not interested in politics doesn't mean that politics will not be interested in you. Pericle said, "Have you ever heard about political killings, threats, and harassment here in our country? Or are you even aware that this violence happened? If not, and even if you have, take this opportunity to gain knowledge about this political issue." I am Maria Shanel Cabasis from STEM 11 Gauss, and be with me to review some facts about political killings, threats, and harassment in the Philippines. The political killings in the Philippines are a series of unlawful killings and enforced disappearances of left-wing politicians, activists, journalists, human rights advocates, the political opposition, and unspoken clergy. A very hot issue that our country often faces. Over recent years, report of an increased number of killings of political activists, mostly those associated with left-oriented groups, have caused increasing concerns in the Philippines. Investigators and media believes that the killings happened because of the continuing failure to deliver a justice to the victims. A failure by the government of the Philippines to fulfill its obligation to protect the right of life of every individual in its jurisdiction. This killing result into dividing their groups through their feelings and emotion. Some were triggered to further push them to fight for human rights, and others withdraw and were afraid being killed as well. Next is political harassment, which is still circulating within the political and the citizenry. This harassment, also known as power harassment. It is a form of harassment in which someone in a position of greater power uses that power to harass or bully lower-ranking person. It includes a range of behavior from mild irritation and annoyances to serious abuses. Prohibited in some countries, including ours, power harassment is considered a form of illegal discrimination, a political and psychological abuse. Types of power harassment include physical and psychological attacks, segregation, excessive and intrusion upon the victim's personal life. Let's cite an example about this one. Do you still remember the Tarlac shooting incident back in 2020? A policeman named Jonel Nuesca fatally shot at two of his neighbors. This is harassment, overusing his power and degree to harass lower-ranking person. Threats. Yes, it's the right time to talk about this issue because the election is approaching. So, threats can simply say an intent to inflict harm or loss on another person. This possibility that something unwanted will happen or a person or things that is likely cause something unwanted. This often happens in our country, especially during campaign period and elections. The frequent scenario that occurs could be a threat between candidates, or it could be also between a citizen and a candidate. The vote buying scene, with a famous line of, "If you don't vote for me, I will knock you down." That's how this thing happened. People with organized political and military power decide it's in their interest that they get something out of convincing the people they control or they influence to go kill other people, uproot and dehumanize them. And as young individual, I want us all to be aware of the truth that all these killings, threats, and harassment have only three causes: greed, envy, and anger. Reason that can never cause anything but evil. So listen, all of you, always remember to spread love, not hate nor savagery, because savagery and hatreds destroy us.